All right, so I thought I'd get online and talk about the latest hot topic in politics, about how some folks are flipped out at the recent New York primary elections, resulting in Democratic socialists becoming the Democratic Party nominees for Congress, and as a result, knocking out a bunch of long-term incumbents who were to the right of their politics. These folks who are mad about it. If you hate the party, you shouldn't be involved in the party or use its resources to run and organize within its apparatus. And yeah, I gotta say I disagree with that to an extent. And I say this as someone who's been involved in Democratic politics for 20 years. I've worked on a number of political campaigns. I have run for public office in a Democratic primary myself. I've served in the ranks of the actual Democratic Party. Like, I was an elected DNC member from my state, Virginia, for about 8 years, and president of the Young Democrats of America for 2 years. And that's why I say what I'm gonna say. In a democracy, particularly one like ours, with a two-party system, if you don't like what you're seeing, you get involved to change that. And I write about people who did just that in my book, The Instigators, How Black Women Have Been Essential to American Democracy and What We Can Learn from Them. And one of those instigators I write about, who took on the party because she was quite frustrated with it, is someone you might know, Fannie Lou Hamer. In 1964, when the Mississippi Democratic Party refused to seat Black members in the delegation they sent to the Democratic National Convention, Hamer and her colleagues formed the multiracial Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party, also known as MFDP. They took their crew to the convention in protest and placed MFDP's challenge before the DNC Convention Credentials Committee. After much hell-raising, Democratic leadership offered a paltry compromise. They would grant MFDP members 2 at-large seats on the floor rather than replace the all-white Democratic delegation from their state, and they could watch floor proceedings but not take part in any of what was happening. The MFDP members rejected that offer. "We didn't come all this way for no 2 seats, because all of us is tired," Hamer said. Indeed she was, because during her televised testimony before the Credentials Committee, she described what she had endured in Mississippi just to register to vote. She had lost her home and her job, she was harassed by police, Klansmen threatened and shot at her, and when that was still not enough to stop her, police, many no doubt members of the Klan, had thrown her in jail and beaten her and her fellow Black women organizers. Hamer's work and that of her colleagues in Mississippi and across the South made it possible for the Voting Rights Act in 1965, the following year. And though they weren't successful in seating a multiracial delegation in 64, by 68, a lot of those folks, including Fannie Lou Hamer herself, were seated, changing the Democratic Party forever. Listen, people are pissed right now. It is expensive outside, and the broligarchy running amok is mostly responsible for that. The party that's supposed to be the opposition party ain't really doing a whole lot about that. So what else are you supposed to do but something like what Fannie Lou Hamer would do, which is instigate to change that? And maybe our Democratic leadership and pundits and some specific think tanks could get a hint from that and learn maybe you do what people are asking you to do, which is represent them.